morning guys, MCProcrastinator here for another 2-minute video as part of a 2-minute series. If you don't know what the 2-minute series is, check the link below and you'll find out all about it. This video is all about alternative riding gear. You know, you've got textile riding gear and you've got leather riding gear. And then there's this kind of thing that fits in between that's kind of like more casual based, such as your jeans or just jeans, but these jeans are, you know, coated with Kevlar lining. This specific is dry rider. So this video is really about like, what do I think of, what's my view, where do I think they fit in, where do I feel comfortable, and looking for a bit of feedback on what other people's experiences have been with these types of jeans. So let's talk about the jeans themselves. So these are dry rider, they're size 34, and I would probably say they are quite big for a size 34. So if you are buying them for whatever reason, make sure if you are a 34, probably consider going a size down, because they're definitely quite stretchy and they're quite wide. Now these guys here are Kevlar coated on the inside here, you can see that here. Down the sides you can see where the seams represent the Kevlar coating. They've got CE protection here and also Kevlar coating on the front, nothing down the bottom here, okay? Now let's just talk about the risk aspect of things. One of the things that is my beef, and I know that you can buy something for this, but one thing to consider is that when you're wearing, let's say you're wearing a leather top or a textile top, unfortunately there's no connecting piece, and if you go down in a slide, one of the things that can obviously happen is that rides up and you get gravel rash all up the back or down your backside, or they come slipping off. Okay, so there's a bit of a safety risk there. But let's think about why we might use them. So if you look at textiles, you look at leathers, which if you look at one of my other 2-minute videos, I kind of talk about like, I need to buy textiles, I need to buy leather, I can't decide which one, what's more important. Safety is important, I want longevity, but I need to think about, I mainly commute, etc, etc, etc. Anyway, cut a long story short, I've decided I'm going to buy leather, okay? I want to be able to go with Alpine Stars. Now I said when I did this video I wouldn't buy another set of textiles as well as having leather. I'm not going to have both, it's one or the other. Okay, so I made a decision to draw a line. However, there is one more caveat in that, and that is the practicality of having something like this. So you look at it, it's a beautiful day today, absolutely stunning day. Now when we're coming into summer here in Wellington, and we definitely get really hot. In fact, the sun in the southern hemisphere is very, very intense. A lot of people don't realise it. I have to be quite cautious not to get skin cancer, and I've got to put like a hat usually, so I probably have to be quite careful. However, that aside, all right, one of the great things about having the flexibility to jump into something a bit more casual is that you feel a lot cooler. So as an example, I would normally wear like a textile jacket or a leather jacket, and I would put these jeans on, and you feel comfier, you feel cooler, you feel, I don't know, you feel more free riding because you've got the air going through you. However, there is a risk to that, and that is, how safe are these? Now when you watch the videos, etc., you see dragon jeans very often, a couple of other high market, high value jeans, road tested, where a guy's kind of dragged along the path, etc., for 20-30 seconds, and he definitely lasts. But really, how much protection do you actually get if you were to come on a crash? So when I think back to my crash that I had on the 899, and I slid across the ground for maybe 5-6 seconds, which wasn't a huge amount of time, they probably would have been fine. But would I have felt would I have got the same cushioning effect that I got on the textiles? So that's a good question. And then you think about something slightly bigger, because we've always got to think about that, right? We could always come off at any time, and we want to be able to have the gear to protect us. So, you know, like if I'm wearing these, I would certainly wear back armor, body armor, chest armor, something I would want to consider. I don't have chest armor at the moment, but it's something I'm looking at, because we want to be able to be as protective as possible in the event that that actually happens. But I'm really, really curious to what people actually think of these jeans. Obviously this is Dry Rider. I don't really rate Dry Rider as a brand. Almost everything I bought has fallen apart except for these, and that's probably because I haven't worn them lots and lots of times. But I'd be really, really keen to get your feedback on what you actually think of your kind of casual focused riding safety gear. If you were to buy a pair of Dragon jeans or something that was a little bit cheaper in brand value, how would you feel about it? Or have you already done that, and have you already come off? How safe did you feel? How well did you come out of that accident? If you were to compare that to leather, how would you compare it? Would it be better? Would it be worse? Would it be somewhere about the equivalent? And then if you pull leather to the side, then how would you compare that to textiles? I'd be really, really interested to find out your thoughts. So moving on, I think there's definitely a place for more casual gear like this that offers a protection, especially in nice weather, so we can go out and enjoy riding, but while still remain safe. The question is, how much safety do we sacrifice to make sure that we can go out and enjoy the coolness and the lovely days without actually cooking under the sun? So really, that's just another short video, another 2-minute video. Thanks very much for your support, guys, and for now, that's MC Procrastinator out.